Certainly we're away, and it's number 1, John McGuinness, the start of the Superbike race, and it will be away he goes. Look at that rear tyre deforming, the front wheel comes up in the air, and he's heading towards the lights at the top of Bray Hill.
They're quite bumpy on this section. Across the crossroads. This is number 2. This is James Hillier on the Quattro Plank Kawasaki. That was a good start from James.
It is, and he'll be trying to make up time. He's got John McGuinness in front of him, just one bike in front of him, cold tyres. Michael Dunlop away on the BMW. This is the 3rd lap this bike has done around the TT circuit this year.
Yeah, about, what, 3.5 seconds, not 200, Steve?
Something like that, as he flashes through there, bottom of Bray Hill. This is on board with James Hillier up the other side, over the top of Aggersley. Always awkward now, they've got a full tank of gas. Tyres are not really up to temperature, and here is Bruce Anstey, 45-year-old Bruce Anstey's perfect time for him, 2 o'clock start. He didn't get up till midday, and he's happy.
Yeah, he likes a light, does Bruce. See, he's not moving. That's quite bumpy. He's not moving. He's really economical with his body movements and body position on the bike.
There he is, and the Paget's bike will be put together nicely. And here is Tyco BMW, and it is Guy Martin. He sets off away. Brand new bike for him this year. Should be put together nicely. Did have some gearbox issues actually throughout practice, and he also went up the slip road. What about this man?
Yeah, many people's favourite. This is Ian Hutchinson back to full fitness and on a bike that he really and truly believes he can win this race. He's loving the PBM Kawasaki.
Yeah, it's been a 5-year nightmare coming back from that injury at Silverstone. The only man to win 5 times. You saw the fairing hitting the ground there. John McGuinness as he gets through there, through towards the Glen Helen section. See that flag?
The tyres should be well up to temperature by now. We're about 5 miles in now, Steve?
Absolutely, through Glen Helen section here now, but that was a big old slide there, wasn't it?
Yep, Brooks Ansett, again, really tucked in. This is the high-speed section past the Highlander. That's St Paul, but I don't even think it's open anymore.
No, it is, but it's where everyone used to pack up when they were season. On board with Guy Martin now. As he,
no, this is wrong. This is wrong, Steve. He's stopping. There's something wrong. And this is a fast section. To be honest, on a fast lap, you'd be in the middle of the road. He's getting to it. And you know, you really feel like you've got to get out of the way. And look, you know, you've got to get in a position of safety. You'll know what he's doing now in the gate hole. That's his race over.
What a nightmare for Guy Martin. We were expecting him to have a good result here on that bike, but there is the number 3 bike, and it is Michael Dunlop tucked in on there. We know that he's going to have some issues with this bike, but you'd think so. The bike hasn't been set up. He hasn't had much time. Remember, it started with the Yamaha, and he's now on the BMW.
Yeah, I have to say, it looks live. Look at the yokes. You can see those 2 red adjusters moving. This is Bruce Anstey, same spot, and this is flashing through Kirk Michael. We're about half a lap in now.
Yeah, and again, pretty bumpy. It's been resurfaced, and you can see him trying to cling on to the bike all the time. We're on board with William Dunlop on the other Tyco BMW. Let's hope this is a bit more reliable. And getting that suspension working over time as they go through Kirk Michael.
Yeah, this is William Dunlop, number 6 and number 7. That's Garth Johnson. He's well up on time on William Dunlop. This is Ian Hutchinson, same spot. He's set off 20 seconds behind Garth Johnson. So he looks like he's up on time, and he is. He's leading.
Absolutely, yeah. 0.263, so he's just in front of Bruce Hanks. It's nip and tuck, but this is only the first lap. And look at this, the high motion camera. Look at the forks extending fully. He's off the ground, and then it comes down. Watch that rear tyre as it hits the ground, and look at it deforming.
It's going to deform because this man, it is James Hillier, is leading by Balap, but just by 0.3 of a second.
As we see, Michael Dunlop, and that bike does look a handful, really does. He said he hasn't had much practice time on it.
Yeah, that's one of the bumpiest parts of the track, the Up May Hill. You can surely remember that, Steve, just how bumpy that was, and it still is. The things.
He is bucking around, isn't he, everywhere, and he's moving his body weight around everywhere. John McGuinness, we saw him sliding early, he's pushing on.
Yeah, this is a Guthrie's, and he still doesn't look the most stable thing at the rear out there. To me, this is on the mountain climb, still leads on the road, does John.
Through there, look at the lovely conditions. You can see Ramsey and the sea in the background, and there is Hutchie. No, it's James Hillier.
Yeah, and that means Hillier must be up on time. He's still up on time because he set off 10 seconds behind, and that wasn't 10 seconds.
I have to say, James Hillier has been the surprise, really. He wasn't very fast in practice, but he said he'd got some issues, but he's got the bike working really well. So has this guy.
Yeah, still leading just by now. This is Hutchinson as he piles up towards Ramsey hairpin.
The guys are saying it's even bumpier this year. They've done some road works around here. You can see the change of surfaces as they climb up here. Stella Maris coming up through here. In a minute, we'll come under, and you can see where the road has been moved and adjusted around where they've done some road works up to the slowest corner, about the slowest corner on the circuit here at Ramsey. And let's have a look at where they all are right now at Ramsey hairpin. It's Hillier. Look at that, 0.43 of a second to Anstey. Hutchinson just there as well. Michael Dunlop also in fourth.
Michael Dunlop still working hard. He's almost at the top of the mountain now. This is the bungalow section. Quite a familiar section. Lots of people out there watching today, Steve. Good weather always drags them up.
Yeah, you couldn't get better conditions for the race out here. Very clear visibility. Temperature a bit chilly. There's Connor Cummins, number 10 on the other. He's in 8th position as he goes up towards Ramsey.
Yep, going up towards Schoolhouse and then in towards Parliament Square. Big lad on that. This is a 1000cc bike. Look at it.
He's just going past his hometown now. All the fans are out there at the moment. And there is Bruce Anstey, number 5. He's out of the 32nd down to Windy Corner, and he's leading. Bruce at the bungalow was leading by 0.35 per second.
Yeah, this is 3 leaders in 1 lap now. And this is John McGuinness running down the mountain, and we know that James Hillier on the Kawasaki is somewhere behind him, is tailing him.
And there's the helicopter trying to do his best to chase number 1, John McGuinness. There's the new surface of Kempton. The guys think it's a little bit faster. We're on board now with Hillier.
Yeah, and we should get a sight of John McGuinness at some point if we get him this long shot down towards Tregna Bar. Because just in front of Hillier is John McGuinness. This is Gary Johnson.
Yeah, number 7,
yep,
going quite nicely there.
Holding 6th at this point, but it's changing quite quickly now this first lap.
Another man that had a lot of problems in practice, but it's all sorted out. Right, James Hillier over the start and finish line, or heading up towards it. We'll get to know exactly what's going on. Who's in front down at the grandstand? We're going to lead it.
Yeah, so your leader should be Bruce Anstey, but this is Michael Dunlop. He's over the line and still working hard with that. But look at him, York's moving there. That means it's steady. Is he trying to adjust something there, Steve? Right, so we've got Bruce Anstey. We need to wait till he comes over the line, and then we've got to wait for Ian Hutchinson because he was holding 2nd and then 3rd, so he's in the hunt somewhere.
He's fighting that fight. He really is. Bruce goes over on the fire blade that's like he knows it so well, and he looks so much smoother. There it is. The clock is ticking. We're going to find out in a minute. Is it Anstey or is it Hutchinson that leads this at the end of lap 1? 17 and 18. Hutchinson is just in front of him. On board with Hutchie. He is the leader over the traffic lights. It's a little steadier with the BMW, I have to say. He's in pit. Oh, I've got to have to say it's a steady back. It's not through the dim of Grey Hill. There's the curve. And there it is at the end of lap 1. Hutchinson leads by 1.21. Hillier, Michael Dunlop, John McGuinness and Johnson. 5 laps to go of this race.
Now then, James Hillier has now sneaked in front of John McGuinness. They set off 10 seconds apart with John McGuinness in front.
And there it is. Yeah, that's the pass. It looked like speed, horsepower there from the Kawasaki. It did. That won't help John McGuinness. It won't be doing his head any good because he wouldn't have been wanting to be passed by that man. I wouldn't have expected it either. Michael Rutter on the BMW is getting regular. And look at the tyre mark. Rear tyre braking as they come in. We've got a proper short circuit race on here.
Yeah, look at the battle behind him. This is Ian Hutchinson that has now passed William Dunlop and Gaz Johnson. He's got 20 seconds behind Gaz and 30 seconds behind William. So Hutchie is on a charge.
And he's done well to pass them coming up towards Ramsey. It's not an easy place to get through. So Hutchie is absolutely flying.
Yeah, we're looking back from William Dunlop towards Gaz Johnson. This is Dave Johnson, the number 16. He's BMW mounted as well as Smith's BMW. Is the Adelaide boy.
And he's being chased by number 17, Peter Hickman there on the Briggs equipment. BMW as well. They're just outside the top 10, but going well.
Yep.
Pit stops coming. John McGuinness was so late on the brakes, got it stopped.
Yeah, he's done plenty of it. 60 kilometres an hour is all that's allowed in the pits, and if you go over, you get a big penalty.
Bruce coming in now. They've got new pit fillers this year. They've got shorter nozzles and supposedly less likely to spill fuel as we get Hillier being pushed away. They've got self-start as well, but he gets away nicely.
That's a good stop. They came in together, and John is wiping his hands, his gloves. He's got petrol on there. That makes it really slippy. This is Dunlop, and this is a long stop. 1 minute 10 seconds. It is a really long stop, Steve.
The fast stops are about 56 seconds, so he has lost well over 10 seconds there for Michael Dunlop. He needed that, didn't he?
Yeah, and again, 60 miles an hour till they cross the exit of the pit. This is Lee Johnston. Again, on the East Coast Construction BMW. He's out. Finger off the button, away you go. Oh, yeah, they see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of horsepower coming out there as we get the number 2 bike of Hillier there. That was over the Barra Cry jump, and here you're going to see it in high motion. Look at it, it's got off there a bit crooked, and you know that. But there it is now. Look at this, Hutchinson 4 seconds in front of Anstey, Dunlop 3rd.
With Dunlop again, having to make up for him, disastrous fuel stop. Kind of 12 seconds stop. Connor Cummins, he's inside the top 10. He's the marksman and looking steady.
It's over the top of Ballyspur, dropping down this long left here, fast. Again, you can see the rubber being laid down. The track is getting grippier and grippier. We ride with John McGuinness now as they hurtle down. This is towards Hilbury now. Fast corner this. They go back 2 gears. Tip it in there. McGuinness a bit later. Goes in there a bit faster. He's right on the back of Hillier now, but of course he's 10 seconds back. Bruce Anstey.
Yeah, Bruce Anstey always looks smooth. You don't need me to tell you that this is Craignabar, the most iconic spectator point on the whole course, I would think. And as he blasts off down towards Brandish.
And it's a very fast part because it is downhill. Right, back on board. William Dunlop. He's got past Michael Rutter. There's Michael Rutter, number 4 behind him. Rutter doing everything he can to stay in the wheel tracks.
Yeah, he set off 20 seconds in front of William Dunlop, did Rutter. He's sticking with him now, but remember, he's 20...
What a lovely shot. That is such good on-board material as they went down towards Craignabar. There it is at the end of lap 3, and it's 4.79 seconds that Hutchinson has over Anstey now, and Dunlop further 18 seconds back.
Yep, he's overhauled Hillier.
Through Bray Hill again, and over the top, number 1, number 2, number 3. How close to it? Like in different lines, but they are in such a race here.
Yep, 3 of the best riders around this course. That was McGuinness, it was Hillier, and it was Michael Dunlop. Michael Dunlop in front. He's of those 3, he was 3rd, and then 4th for Hillier. 6th now is McGuinness.
And that's going to be difficult for Michael Dunlop to get past, but he is going to do it round the outside. It should be difficult, but he makes a short. Well, it's on Sulby Straight. He's just used the horsepower of the BMW. He just powered past.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, number 9, Hutchie, is wringing the neck of that bike, but he knows he's losing time. He's dropping away all the time from Anstey.
Yeah, Anstey's starting to put on a little bit of a charge now. And you know, a smooth Anstey with the bit between his teeth. He's a lap record holder after all. This is, yeah, William Dunlop, and there, that is Michael Rutter, and that's Gaz Johnson. He's in front of that little trio on corrected time.
There's some great scraps going on there. Dunlop's got, we saw him get past Hillier. Where is he going to get past now? Number 1, John McGuinness. The bikes are squirming around. Oh, different lines again. Look at that. He's right in the curve there.
Yep.
Number 53 bombs through there. That's
Dave Madsen Migdal is the Isle of Man guy. He's got more, well, I think more TT finishes than anybody else now, has Dave.
Speed track time there for Hutchinson, 193.95. That's at Sulby.
Yeah, we're riding now on board with Connor Cummins.
Coming down it to Kirk Michael, is it London Road, and he's slowing.
He is. This isn't right.
No, not at all. That's unusual for the Honda Fireblade. Normally so reliable, but Cummins is out. Very disappointing for him.
Yeah, you've got to pull to the left, keep out of the way. He went out of the hairpin.
Here we get the split. Is Hutchinson getting away, or is Anstey closing? What is it going to be? It was 4 seconds, but now it's 2 seconds now. Hutchinson just 2 seconds up.
Yep, he's been closed down by Bruce Anstey. Now Michael Dunlop holding a steady 3rd. Gaz Johnson's now got past William Dunlop and Michael Rutter, and obviously in front of them on corrected time.
Coming in the pit stop again, and McGuinness, look, he's making up time again. Visors come up. Wow, look at this. This pit stop is going to be absolutely critical. 0.2 of a second in it for the lead at the moment. It is going to be a real push and shove and tight one here.
Yeah, and this is why you need your pit crew to do their job properly. All these super experienced boys, you know, seconds can be so critical in his pit stop.
Bruce is away, pushing off. He gets down there, keeping the pit lane button on. You can see the speed coming on, 54 kilometres an hour at that point. Hutchie, they're trying to brim it up. He needs the full tank. They've got 2 laps to go. He goes off as well. So we're coming up. The button will go off as soon as he gets out. The front wheel will come up in the air, and he fires it off down Bray Hill. Hutchie is so close. Right, we have about 80 miles to go, and it's New Zealand versus Yorkshire. Hutchinson leads by 0.28 of a second over Bruce Anstey, and the bike is wriggling around, and that's the fast section up towards Union Mills. You can see now he's gone back into 3rd gear underneath the trees, flicking it right, and then left onto the fast bit up towards Ballacary.
Yeah, and there's not the most stable thing. They got a real wobble now. This is Bruce Anstey, John McGuinness, and
same place, yeah.
Yeah, it is. This is Griever Bridge. Big roller in the middle there. The bike wants to take off out towards Gorsley now.
Yep, this is out of Gorsley down towards Ballacrane, isn't it? That's the section there, fast part by Harold's Cottage.
Yeah, and this is Hillier. He's down in 4th. Good ride from James Hillier. Really good ride.
Shifting his body weight around, trying trying to get it to change direction. The gyroscopic effect you get from the wheels as the front wheel comes up there on the number 3 bike of Michael Dunlop. He's still fighting it really hard. On board with Hutchins now. This is coming up towards Perkins Bend. And it's fast through here, and word is coming through. Anstey's just got in front of him.
Yeah, and Glen Ellen, Anstey held a slim lead, and remember, this is the man, now he's past the traffic. Difficult to say that people going as quick as James Hillier and Michael Dunlop are traffic, but that's exactly what they are for Anstey.
On board with William Dunlop on the Tyco BMW.
How's that? No, that's going to be... Rutter's got back in front.
And he is, as they come up towards Ramsey Hairpin, but we now know that Bruce Anstey has a slim lead over Hutchie as he goes off, powers out underneath the trees up the hill there. That was the corner where Gary Johnson fell off last year. So Bruce Anstey is really piling on the pressure up on the mountain there, and you can see how hard he is having to work, using every scrap of the road.
Yep, and this is your new leader. Full flight Anstey, something to watch. James Hillier holding a really good 4th. Yeah, again, another really smooth rider, Steve, is James.
Yeah, he's having a good one, but there is Hutchie, Ian Hutchison on the number 9. Paul Bird machine goes through there, out of the 33rd into Keppelgate, tips it in there nice and smoothly, but he's going to have to get the pace going because this man, Bruce Anstey, goes over the line to start the last lap, and we know he's out in front now.
Yeah, 1 lap to go. That's a long way, 6 laps round here. Here we go. Now, Michael Rutter. This is Michael Rutter, number 4. Number 6, William Dunlop. Number 7, Gaz Johnson. They've been getting together for some time now.
Yeah, Gaz Johnson having a good ride out there. He had some problems, as he said earlier in practice. As we look back at Gaz Johnson, we're on board with William Dunlop down towards the Craig.
Yeah, William Dunlop 8th, and Gaz Johnson holding a good 6th. He's having a good ride, is Gaz.
This, but Bruce Anstey getting everyone waving and cheering him. They want to see him win this Superbike race as much as he wants to.
Yeah, we're back on board with Hillier. Number 71, AJ Venter, the South African. Number 2, Hillier. Number 1, John McGuinness sticking with him.
Here is Bruce now, and it's all going good for him. Bruce Anstey looking very much like he's going to take his 10th TT win, the big one, the one he wanted. As the helicopter shots try and do their best, and look at this, they're waving Hutchie on as well, but it's going to look hard to him to try and make up that gap. It's about a 4-second gap now, and the bikes are still wriggling around. Michael Dunlop still fighting that BMW.
Yeah, and that's him. Oh, that's
Bruce
really well, that was actually Michael Dunlop going past and swinging across in front of Bruce Anstey, just showing him.
There's number 15, Dan Neen, flies splattered all over the front of the bike and on his visor, but having a great ride here, the local man, the Manxman.
Yeah, he really is. Now down into Craig, still Bruce in front.
Well, Bruce has got back in front, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's done that over the mountain section there, so Bruce out in front, and he's got about 3 miles to go. We're on board with Gaz Johnson up toward, and he's down. Gary Johnson's gone out of 6th place. That's Guthrie's. Oh, I tell you what, he's been very low. The bike's just gone down the middle of the road. So, bikes are going past us. Gary Johnson goes out of 6th position.
Yep, this is James Hillier, still glued together with John McGuinness. Hillier holding 4th.
Michael Dunlop, we know he's in 3rd position at the moment.
Having a good last lap. He's definitely trying for a...
Wow, but down he goes. So Michael Dunlop's crashed out of 3rd place on the BMW. He's in the middle of the track there, so that is the dramas going on here at the moment. Yellow flags are out as they're going in. We're just yards, really, meters away. Everyone's out the way.
There's
another bike.
There's 2 riders involved, so there's another rider involved.
But Bruce Anstey, the number 5 Paget Honda, goes over the line to take his 10th TT win, his first in the Superbike class. And we have a red flag for that incident at the end there. So that's the end of the Superbike race.